What mantra do I use to get what I want? Thank you. Thank you is the best mantra. You know, it's interesting because most of us think that the order should be, first, I get what I want. Then when I get what I want, I'll be happy. Then when I'm happy, I will be grateful. I mean, that seems like a logical order. Here's what I want. Until I get it, I'm not happy. Then I get it, I am happy. And in that happiness, I express my gratitude to whoever gave it to me, to God, to the universe, whatever. But actually, it turns out that it's not that happiness leads to gratitude. It's actually that gratitude leads to happiness. And it's not that getting what we want leads to happiness. We know that. We know that. I mean, how many times in life, right? There's that great story of the villager who, what did he have? He had a cow. Forget the first part of the story, but join me in the middle of the story where he gets this horse. Out of the blue, this beautiful horse shows up. Something very bad had happened to him before then, and people had said, oh my God, you know, you've lost so much, and you poor thing. And he said, we'll see. Then he gets this horse, and everybody says, oh wow, you're so blessed. You've got this beautiful, beautiful horse. And he says, we'll see. And one day his son is riding the horse. The son falls off and breaks his leg. And everybody says, my God, your beloved son, your one and only son, broke his leg. My God, you poor thing. And he says, we'll see. And a little while later, the government of the city that he's from comes through pulling all of the young men to fight a war that has started with the people in the neighboring city. But his son is laid up with his leg in a cast. And so his son doesn't get taken off to fight in the war. And everybody says, wow, what a blessing. Your son got saved. Of course, he says, we'll see. Right? So we all know the situation of getting what we think we wanted, only to discover that actually it wasn't nearly the blessing that we thought. Sometimes not getting what you want and realizing in retrospect, oh, thank God, like not getting it was such a blessing, right? We've all had that happen. You prayed, you wanted something, you didn't get it. And you realize later, my God, if I had gotten that, where I would have been. So we know that getting what we want is not the way to become happy. But we also know that gratitude at its deepest level is not that which stems from actually getting something that makes me happy. Gratitude stems from an awareness within ourselves of how blessed we are, regardless of what we have, of how deeply blessed we are. if your eyes opened this morning and you actually can see out of them, if you've got legs that enable you to stand on them and walk into your bathroom from your bed, if you can turn on a tap and actually have water come out of it, clean water that you can use to drink, to cook with, if you've got food in a cupboard, on a table, in a fridge, or money in a purse to be able to buy the food from a market, if you've got someone in your bed when you wake up, or in your house, or in your life anywhere, who you love and who loves you, not necessarily romantic, anyone who you love who loves you, if you've got all of those things, you are more fortunate than almost anyone on this planet. And if on top of that, you can worship God however you want, without some government, some group, some people preventing you or oppressing you or killing you. If you can love other people, whomever you would like, in whatever way you would like, without being thrown in jail or oppressed or repressed. If you've got all of these things, consider yourself in the top tiny, tiny, tiny percentage of fortunate people. So we don't have to actually look very far to find things to be grateful for. Gratitude arises from an experience inside. My cup runneth over. My God, I am so blessed. And it can be little things. I mean, for me on a personal level, every single time I walk into the ashram, there's a view. When you walk into the ashram from the banks of Ganga, we've got this arch right in the center of the ashram, this beautiful colorful arch with a little pointy thing at the top. And when you walk in the daytime, in the light, just behind that arch, what you see are all of the green mountains. And when you walk in the evening, most of the year, what you see behind that arch is the moon. And whenever I walk in the ashram, day or evening, I look at that view and I think, my God, I can't believe I get to live here. I can't believe that I get to call this place my home. And it never gets old. It's been 26 years. And every time I see that. So you don't have to look very far. But what all of our, not just spirituality, but if you look today at science, if you look at psychology, if you look at the studies that are being done, the research that is being done, what it's all showing us is that gratitude produces happiness, not vice versa. First you become grateful, then you will be happy. And then something very interesting happens. Then you start getting what you want. It's really interesting. We become magnets of that which we want. There is a power in gratitude that somehow makes the energy of the universe stand up and take notice and support that. You know, if you've got someone in your life who just from the depths of their heart is so grateful day in and day out for your presence in their life, whatever you do, you're going to have an instinct to keep doing things for them, right? I mean, if it's sincere, just effusive gratitude for who you are, whatever you do. Oh my God, thank you so much for that smile. That smile just made my day. Well, you're going to want to keep smiling at them. Not so that they keep saying thank you, but because we all, really at the end of the day, we all want to be seen. We want to be appreciated. We want our lives to make a difference. And if there's someone who, minute after minute, day after day, just keeps appreciating you and telling you how much your life matters to them, you're going to want to keep living near them. And I think in the same way, the universe, there's just an energy around, okay, this person notices. This person is connected. Because think about it. I don't know if any of you have ever done this experiment. I sure have. Where you go out and you just decide you are going to smile at everybody that day. And you're going to try to make as many people smile as you can. If you've never done the experiment, I really recommend it. It's a beautiful, how you feel at the end of the day is so beautiful. But what you notice as you do it is when someone smiles back, it brings a whole new level of inner joy. When nobody smiles at you, you have to keep generating the joy from inside yourself. You keep closing your eyes, you keep meditating again, you go within and you find within the source of joy that enables you to just keep smiling at people even when they ignore you or look at like you're crazy. But when someone actually smiles back at you, it's a fuel, it's a catalyst to make you keep smiling. You're so much more ready to smile at the next person. And I think that the universe is kind of the same way. That when we are in alignment with it, when we notice its gifts, we notice its grace, and we are grateful for it, there's an energy. And so to get what you want, first you become grateful, sincerely, not as a means to an end, because guess what? The universe is pretty smart. It's actually inside your head as well. So you can't outsmart the energy of the universe because it hears your thoughts. So sincere gratitude for how your cup runneth over. And from that gratitude, joy blossoms. And in that joy, one of two things happens. Either you get the thing that you thought you wanted and it just moves into your already joyous space, or you don't get it, but you realize that as it turns out, you didn't actually need it to be happy. And so you end up wanting what you have rather than trying to have what you want. And that's really the key to happiness, is not how do I get what I want, but how do I want what I have? So thank you is the best mantra.